It's day 70 of our inventory transformation. We got an age up potion from our lure today, which is my favorite thing to get out of the lure. I'm working on aging up these beavers so we can make a neon, and I need to decorate more on this house. I need to do like the bedroom, and I also need to do the bathroom. The Valentine's Day event ends for me today, but I still need to collect all the hearts that I can. I'm actually going to collect hearts all the way up into the last minute or right before and see what it is that I can buy. Will I be able to buy another sweetheart rat or just maybe some petware? I head to the center of town to set up my trade stand because I always set up my trade stand because it is absolutely amazing when trying to trade, guys. And then I also almost always set up my cotton candy trade stand or cotton candy stand. I also always just like to see how many people are actually on this server. I don't like it super busy, but I also don't want there to be nobody around. I just really always let adoptme pick what server I'm going to be in unless I definitely want to be in a rich trading server. So many of you guys comment and tell me that I should go to a rich trading server, but guys, I just don't like to trade in the rich trading servers. I prefer this so much more. I feel like I get much better deals or much better trades. I got this trade from my fly ride ancient dragon and I absolutely think it was an awesome trade. I mean, they were definitely over, but come to find out this ant, well, I already knew neon ants are kind of hard to trade, but it's fly ride. But that eggie, even though it's neon, was so hard to trade. And after I do every trade or almost every trade, I always try to update my profile because I always want it up to date because that's how we get a lot of our trades. I don't have all of my pets on my profile, and that's because some of them just aren't for trade. I have 2 elephants and one of them is not for trade for sure. I just love it and I know I want to hang on to it. I know I just want to keep it in my inventory. If you guys noticed how the title tagged out in the upper right hand corner, that's because it said for trade, and that's why I actually added the number 4 instead of typing out 4. I find that it just doesn't tag out as often, but I check my profile and these words are always tagging out. I have no reason, or I have no idea why. I got this offer for my neon eggie and this was just super under for it. The hot bops are really easy to get. I mean, I know this one is ride, but that's the only thing it has going for it. I mean, I definitely think the hot bops are so cute and I see myself making a mega in the future, but we can open moon eggs and get a ton of those. I saw this Cupid dragon in a trade stand and I just had to offer for it. I just absolutely love the Cupid dragons. So I add in all those neons that we just got, and remember we traded an ancient dragon for them. And then I added in this neon fly ride peacock, which I really like, but I just don't love it as much as I like the Cupid dragon. I know I'm totally over with this offer, but I didn't care because I really did not want this Cupid dragon to get by, or I didn't want them to say no. The thing with the Cupid dragons is they actually went down in value a little bit lately, and so did the fairy bat dragons, but the exact same thing happened to the chocolate chip bat dragon, and now that thing is worth so much. So I have a feeling that the Cupid dragons and the fairy bat dragons are going to come back up in value. We just need to wait a couple months or maybe even a year, and they're going to be worth so much more. So they actually showed me that they already had a neon eggie, so I changed out the neon eggie and I added a neon show pony, and then I added that neon fly ride ant. Guys, again, especially with the show ponies, the neon ones, I can make those all day long. But what I can't do is buy any more Cupid dragons, and it was a Robux pet. And I am just almost sure that that Cupid dragon is going to be worth so much more. Not to mention, I absolutely love it. And guys, if there's a pet that you love, then you should just offer for it. Even if you're a little bit over or you're over or whatever, then you have it in your inventory and you're happy. So again, even though I'm over, guys, this is one happy trade for me. Values are really hard to learn and they're changing all the time. So I definitely use trading value websites. So even though you guys don't see it up on my screen, I actually have it up on another screen that I'm looking at when I'm doing these trades. I had this person trade me and they wanted to see if we had an offer for their neon ride blossom snake, and I think those things are so cute. So I did give them an offer, but they didn't like it and so they declined. And here's a little look at our inventory so far. I'm absolutely loving our inventory right now, guys. And we have 2 fly ride elephants, are you kidding me? And a Cupid dragon and a pig. I just love this inventory. We had this person offer for this Neon Eggie, and you guys are going to see how hard this thing was to trade, but they were definitely under, and I definitely wasn't going to take this trade. The Valentine's Day event is coming to an end, and the only thing that we can buy is this bow. It's the heart bow, and it's really actually very cute, and it's the only thing we can afford. Well, it's the best thing that we can afford, so we're going to buy one. I'm kind of excited that this event is over, and sometimes I get that way because I work on them so much, like collecting whatever we're supposed to be collecting or playing the games. And I feel like it's just a lot sometimes with like trying to age up your pets and do all the other things. This one didn't last too long, maybe like 2 weeks. But sometimes when the events last like a whole month, like I just get kind of sick of it, I'm not gonna lie. So I need to catch up on all these tasks on my beavers so I can get those aged up. Guys, we got kicked off the server and we came back, and now you can actually buy the ice cream house. So I'm going to buy one. I'm going to put it up for trade so we can see if we can get any good offers. We have a lot of bucks right now, and so it's okay to spend them on different things. It's kind of like us spending money on pets, or hopefully we'll get some good pets for this ice cream house. I'm actually going to buy a second ice cream house just in case we trade this one, or just so I can have it, because sometimes the houses go out and you're not able to get them anymore, and I would like one of every house that they have. Well, on my main account I have one of everything that you can buy with bucks. I really like the ice cream house. It just needs like a really good grinding room. So we're gonna put this one up for trade, and then we're gonna go to the center of town and try to trade it. We had this person trade us, and I think that they actually like collect all the dinosaur like pets, because they asked if they could offer for all our dinos, and so I wasn't exactly sure exactly which ones they were talking about, but I definitely added them, and then we got this offer. I already told you that I love the blossom snakes, and this one's neon, and I just felt like this was a good trade for us. I mean, I think it was just probably like a fair trade. Then we got our first offer for our ice cream house, guys. This person added in a bunch of pets, and I mean a bunch of pets. And guys, then they started adding in like vehicles and stuff, and they just kept adding and adding and adding. And I definitely thought we were getting trolled, and I just couldn't believe that this person wanted to offer all this stuff for the ice cream house. And then I could not believe what happened at the end of the trade. Like, it made zero sense to me. I have never had this happen to me before. And I kind of felt like this person was kind of maybe trying to scam us, but I wasn't really sure. Like, I had no idea like what to think. So we got all the way to the end of the trade, and I accepted in the last trade window. And guys, then they accepted too at the very end, and then it said this trade unexpectedly failed. So I had no idea what to think about this. Have you guys ever had that happen to you when you're trying to trade somebody? So of course I checked my inventory, and it definitely wasn't there, so I went back to the ice cream house to make sure it was still there. I didn't know if that person just like left the server or anything, because I hadn't actually seen the person. So I headed back to my house so I could catch up on some of these tasks for my pet. Then the girl actually found us in our house, like the girl that had just traded us, and then she offered us another trade for the house. The first thing she did was ask us if we had changed our mind, and I said like no, like the trade unexpectedly failed, and I accepted, so I don't know what happened. And she said weird because she had accepted too. So then she started adding in all the same exact pets, and guys, I was so excited about this trade. But then when we were on the second trade window and the timer started counting down, it actually just ended the trade. It never said she declined or anything like that, which it usually does if someone declines the trade. So I don't know if just one of us just had like a bad internet connection or what exactly happened, but then she never came back to offer us a trade again. So I was very disappointed about that. Well, we have no choice but just to move on. We got this offer for our axolotl, and I just didn't feel like it was a very good trade. I mean, guys, don't get me wrong, this was definitely a fair trade, but I knew how hard it is to trade the golden unicorn. I'm not sure why, because I think they're adorable, but I just wanted to see like how easy it was to trade this axolotl. I mean, one of the ways to get better at trades is to just actually do trades, guys. This was a fly ride golden unicorn, so it wouldn't have been too difficult to trade, but I just wanted to see what we could get for this axolotl. Then we got this offer, and I know you guys are gonna say I should have taken this, but the fly ride ginger cats, the ginger cats in general, are just kind of hard to trade, and that's just a ride fox. And again with the golden unicorn, and the rats are pretty cute. There was absolutely nothing wrong with this offer, like at all. I just didn't want to take it. I wanted to see if we could get something better for our axolotl. Then we got this offer for our axolotl, and it was actually a ride frostclaw. I just felt like it was a little bit of an under offer, and it's just because the frostclaws just don't hold that much value. I'm actually really surprised that the frostclaws aren't worth more, and they might end up being worth more like later on down the road, but they just aren't. I just didn't think it was worth the axolotl. Then we got this offered to us, and it's the albatross. And guys, this was definitely like a super under offer for the axolotl. Some of the albatrosses are actually worth a lot, but not this one. It's just the regular one, and it's ultra rare. Then I saw this fly ride pig, and I definitely wanted to offer for it because I would just love to have a neon pig. Then as I was adding in pets, they actually looked at my profile, and then they said like elephant ? So I said elephant for pig, and they said yes, and then I was like, I think you'd be under, because the pig is probably at least like half the value of the elephant. So then they told me that my offer was under, so they declined before we could even add anything else in. So guys, this is one of those times when it is really good to just be patient, because although this person doesn't want to take our offer for their pig, someone else that has a pig might come along and they might take our exact same offer for their pig. If you remember, that's exactly what happened to us when we got our first elephant. The first person declined the trade, and then the second person accepted our offer happily. Then I got this offer for my axolotl, and they actually added in a ride goldhorn. I like the goldhorns, and they're probably worth just a little bit more than the axolotl, but guys, I really just wanted to see what I could get out of this axolotl. I know it's some people's like dream pet, and I just wanted to see if we could get an overpay for it. But while I was thinking about it, they actually added in a dragon, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is definitely an overpay for the axolotl. But then they asked me to choose one, and I just didn't really want either one of those. So then they asked if we had an Aussie egg, and so I added in my Aussie egg, and then they just kept the dragon in there, and they accepted, and that was definitely an underpay for our Aussie egg. Then we had this person tell us that they would give us 200 Robux for this neon eggie, and guys, I'm telling you right now that you just definitely shouldn't do that with people. I'm not saying that it's always a scam when someone does that, but a lot of times it probably is, so I told them no, I don't trade in Robux. I've heard too many stories from friends where they got scammed by someone telling them they were going to pay them in Robux. Then we finally got another offer for our ice cream house. Guys, remember we only paid like $21.50 for this or something like that, and we have plenty of bucks, and we didn't do anything to this ice cream house. We just paid for it. So they actually added in a neon pretty pony, and I absolutely love those. And then they added in a pup toon, and I definitely want more pup toons. So I was definitely excited to accept this offer for our ice cream house. Then remember the person that actually offered for our Aussie egg, and they just traded us, and they offered us that dragon. They actually put in this ride goldhorn, and so I added a couple of pets, and then they asked if we had like the pink pony, like the neon one that we just got, and this was an under offer for the pretty pony, or for the neon pretty pony. So then they asked us if we had a Cupid dragon, and apparently this was their offer for our Cupid dragon. I told them that they were way under, and they said why, like it's a legendary, and it was just so under for our Cupid dragon, so I just declined the trade. And guys, just remember, you never have to take a trade. You don't have to take a trade just because someone has an overpay for you. It doesn't matter. If you don't want to do the trade, then you don't have to do the trade. Then we got this offer for our ride parakeet, and they just added in a bunch of random stuff. And guys, I just like to trade pets for pets, and I'm so glad I didn't take that trade, because then we got offered a diamond griffin for our ride parakeet, and this was definitely a good offer, or definitely a good trade for us. Then I decided to go back to our house so that we could finish decorating this thing. We still have to do the bedroom, and we still have to do the bathroom, so I just want to get it finished. These two rooms will actually not take near as much time as this huge room is, or this huge room did. And I'm kind of just tired of looking at it. Like, I just want it done because it's kind of just like something that needs to get done. So I decided to like super focus and like put away my beaver, so I'm not trying to do task on my pet. Also, I'm trying to reuse like most of the stuff that this person like left in the house. Like, I just want to reuse what they already have there, so I'm not really going to change around the bathroom like too much. I'm just going to move like the window from one side to the other, and I'm going to actually put in like a full, like a really big like bathtub, like a built-in kind of a thing. I'm going to change the bathroom cabinets to like that blue color, like, because I just think it looks really good with the pink that we have out in our main area. And then I'm just going to change the walls to like white, and then I'm going to try to use like all the stuff, like the candles and the plants and like the shelves that they have on the walls. Like, I'm just going to try to reuse it but change the colors. And I'm going to do the same thing for this bedroom. Actually, I cleared everything out of this bedroom because there just wasn't anything except for maybe the couch that I wanted to like reuse, and I'm going to reuse like some of those candles and books books that you see on the floor. I just added like a canopy bed and then 2 like tables on either side, and then I put sconces on either side, and then I took the shelf out of the bathroom, and I'm actually going to put that on the wall here in the bedroom and fill it with stuff to take care of my pet. I just need to change the color of the shelf because I don't really like the yellow and the brown. And then I'm definitely going to use like a lot of the same stuff that I used on that other shelf that's out in like the big room, like that I used for the grinding center. A lot of this stuff again came from like the Biodome house because I just love the stuff because it's so girly. And then I'm actually going to put like a pet bed like on the floor because I feel like it's the bedroom and that's where the beds go. I'm going to add some windows to this wall, and I like to buy these ones that already have the curtains on them when they're like smaller like that. Then I'm just going to add like a couple different rugs to the room, like to the floor, and then like a nice little sitting area. And then I just have to figure out what to put on the wall. And of course, I always use these hearts. Then I'm going to add just like a nice little chair over here next to the couch. So there's like a little sitting area, and I might add a table. I added like a standing mirror, and then I added another heart to this wall. And then I'm going to add like a little sign, and it's just going to say like lovely or something like that. And someone can always change like what it says. And then I just want to add like a couple more details, like some plants, and I'll move that little bed so it doesn't look like it's too far up against the wall. And then I'll take you guys on a little tour. I love this house so much. I'm so glad that we actually did this trade for this house. I love like the big open space, and I know everyone has like their own favorite colors that they like to use. I just absolutely love this color combination. I think my favorite color is this almost like pink purple color. It's definitely a pink, but it has a lot of purple in it. And then I definitely love this little like light blue color that we used. It's almost like a tealy or a turquoise or an aqua. Maybe more like an aqua. And I just really don't know if I can trade this house away. I like it so much, and I definitely would like to keep on grinding here. So you guys will have to watch Daphne Designs if you want to see any more traded houses, because unless I get like the most amazing offer for this, I'm keeping this house. And I know that there are way better builders out there and there are much cuter houses, but this is my new favorite, I think. Let me know what you guys all think in the comments. Bye guys, until next time.